name's Jeff Schiefelbein. I've been a member of Solidarity HealthShare since January 1st of 2023. I am very blessed to be married to my wonderful wife, Amanda. We currently have 6 children and are pregnant with our number 7 child due in January of 2024. I was leaving the old company I'd started to launch my new firm, Undivided Life. My business partner and I were trying to seek what is the best way that we can approach the ongoing healthcare needs and expenses for these growing families of ours. And we started doing all of our research, and I had heard different people say that health sharing was a better way to go than traditional health insurance for all the reasons that made sense to me. Lower cost, getting to actually bless other people that are like-minded and faith-minded. Teachings that I believed in the scripture could also be reinforced by my medical care costs. And so along the way, we found Solidarity as we researched all the different firms that we could potentially choose. And 2 things jumped out at me. One was, it really was a better bang for our buck. When I looked at potential future pregnancies and all this other stuff that could come about, it seemed to line up with our needs really well from a cost perspective. But what was more impressive to me was how many times in the documentation and the literature I would see references to the Catechism of the Catholic Church in specific paragraphs being highlighted as to why parts of Solidarity existed or were operated a certain way. That really jumped out at me, and so Nick and I decided that on January 1st, we would become Solidarity members. So we did all the paperwork, we signed up, and then guess what? On January 2nd, my son, who got pretty beat up at birth 3.5 years earlier, got an infection in his lungs and he was hospitalized on the 2nd of January, day 2. He got out, pretty expensive bill, and went back in the hospital for a different infection on January 12th. In my first 2 weeks of being a Solidarity HealthShare member, we were getting rocked, and I think of this almost as spiritual warfare. What fascinated me was what happened next. Not only were the Solidarity reps great to work with and extremely helpful to me as we worked through all the paperwork, and the patience they had with me being a brand new member made me feel at ease, but I also watched as we went from being a regular paying client with these hospitals to being a cash pay client with these hospitals as part of our health share ministry. A $9,000 emergency room visit bill or emergency hospital stay bill would get brought down to $800. The amount of extra cost baked into those hospital bills was pretty outrageous. And then, again, the blessing came that as we were heading into the late spring, my wife and I found out we were indeed pregnant with baby number 7. And so that gave me a chance to then enter into the experience of Solidarity's pregnancy and maternity resource group. Specifically, this group for pregnancy and beyond is run by a woman named Shamir, who jumped on a call with my wife and I and walked through all the details of step 1 of going through the process of preparing for and all the sonogram visits and the eventual delivery of our upcoming baby blessing. And she was incredibly helpful. She helped us to make sure that we were getting charged the right amount and that it was all being set up the correct way in the billing systems from my wife's doctor, and then showed us what we needed to do, steps 1, 2, 3, 4, so that we could make sure that all of our pregnancy costs were included in the sharing with other Solidarity members. And having already gone through crazy amounts of hospital stays, and of course, I told you I have 6 kids. I'm almost always at urgent care for something, it seems like. And then getting a chance to experience Solidarity from the standpoint of a family expecting a new baby. All I can tell you is it put us at ease. It put us in this place of knowing that we were part of a true Catholic community, one that prayed for each other, one that felt blessed to share in each other's costs, that we feel blessed anytime that we know our money and our monthly contribution is helping to take care of somebody's new baby or their illness. And so Solidarity really does speak to us in every way. It fits our growing business. It fits my growing family. It fits my love for the teachings of Jesus Christ in the gospel as experienced and described through the Catechism of the Catholic Church. So it's hard to tell people what's right for them, what their family needs, and what their business needs. But I would highly encourage you to give Solidarity HealthShare a look, because you may be surprised at how affordable it is to begin doing the right thing with your health dollars.